Hi, thanks for joining us. I am Dr. Diana Kruger, and I'm here to talk to you about human resource management.
Yes, thank you everyone, and welcome to our webinar. This is our final day of College of Business Week, and as Dr. Kruger said, she will be doing our presentation on behalf of the program today. If you do have questions, we ask that you submit them using the Q&A box or the chat box, and we will handle those at the end. But for now, we'll just turn things over back to Dr. Kruger.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. So, for the MSHRM program, our program goal is to develop strategic thinking HR managers by developing competencies required of today's professions in the areas of compensation and benefits administration, recruiting, selection and placement, training and development, strategic planning, performance management, and labor relations. And to accomplish this goal, the program is designed to provide the educational background necessary to obtain professional certification in the field. So, as I mentioned, the goals that we prepare you for are listed here in separate classes. So, you can see here that there are 8 classes that are required and 2 electives or a thesis. So, you have an option. So, you can see the courses. You can take them in any order except for the strategic HR capstone course that needs to be taken last. And then you can take any electives from that have a COB, a College of Business prefix, or you can take the thesis option, which we will be talking about more. And you can see that it is a total of 30 hours. So with the thesis option, this is usually for students who are interested in research or for pursuing a career in higher education. So the thesis involves an original research project under the direction of a graduate faculty member and the preparation of a thesis in addition to the prescribed coursework. So like I mentioned, you take those 8 courses, and then if you want to go the thesis route, then you would take at least 2 courses in thesis. So that would be an additional 6 hours at least for the thesis or until you finish. So admission. So once you apply for the program, then you are fully admitted if you have an overall GPA or the last 60 hours of a 3.0 and above, you are fully admitted. If your GPA is between a 2.5 and a 3, then you are conditionally admitted. And if it's under a 2.5, then you are placed on academic warning. And once you get into the program, then you have to keep a 3.0 cumulative GPA starting with the first semester of enrollment, or the student is placed on academic suspension. So that is really the only requirement we have for getting into the program. You don't have to take any leveling courses. You don't have to take any GRE or GMAT. We don't need those kinds of scores. So we made it really simple for you to get into our program, but you have to prove yourself once you get in. And one thing we do recommend is if you do not have a degree in a business discipline or you do not have management related work experience, then we do recommend that you take either the Business 101 Introduction to Business course at Saylor.org. That is a free course and it gives you an overall background of business. So that way it can help you be more successful in the program. Or you can take some Ivy software online courses, and we have the links there for you. So one of the good things about our program is that we are AACSB accredited and we are aligned with the SHRM curriculum guidelines. So one measure of how a program provides value to the students is how well the program meets industry needs. And that's basically what it means to be SHRM aligned, because SHRM does the research. They see what is required in the field, what the industry is looking for as far as graduates and as far as employees in HR, and they give those requirements to us. We make sure that those students are prepared. Students are prepared to take the certification test and be certified in HR once they finish the program. And AACSB does recognize that SHRM SHRM is a way to add value. They say here that AACSB commends SHRM for its leadership in guiding HR education and encourages business schools to use SHRM curriculum guidelines in developing and reforming HR degree programs. So we can see our alignment and our certification go hand in hand, and it is very valuable for our HR students. So you can also see here that our program recognition, we have been recognized over the years for being the most affordable, for being the best online master's degree HR program. You can see the second most affordable in 2025, one of the best in 2025. You can see more information here for 2023, 2022. So we are consistently on these lists for program recognition. So that gives you another an added value for our program. So you can be confident getting your degree in our program. And we started back in 2003. So we began offering the MS in HR back in that fall of 2003. And our program has grown almost 300% since inception. And our program usually has roughly 100 students in it, give or take 10 or 15. And right now we are at 96 students for the fall of 2025. And our students graduate and they have successful careers in these different businesses. So you can see some of these: Frost Bank, Amazon, Southwest Airlines, Bank of America. So there's a lot of good organizations that these graduates pursue and end up in these great organizations to work for. So Texas Tech University, Baylor University. So regardless of the field you want to go into, HR gives you a well-rounded background so you can future your career and go in the direction that you're planning to go in with whatever organization that is. And if you have any questions at all, I am more than happy to help. You can see there my name, Kruger at tarleton.edu. The spelling is a little bit odd. People always forget that silent E, so it's Krueger. And also you can, if your questions are more about registration and about if your course is transfer, then that would probably be more of a Cobb graduate at tarleton.edu question. But either way, you can reach out to me. And if I'm not the one to help you, I will make sure to get you in the hands of that right person to that way you can further your career and further your relationship with us.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Kruger. That was a wonderful overview of this graduate program. For our live audience members, we are now open for your questions. So please feel free to submit them using the Q&A box or the chat box, and we will address those shortly. I see that one just came in. Very good. So if there are others, please go ahead and submit, and we'll get to this shortly. I did have a few questions of my own for you, Dr. Kruger, and I wanted to start with the accreditation. So AACSB is an elite level of accreditation for graduate business programs, and Tarleton achieved that milestone in 2022, I believe. But can you talk a little bit more about the significance of that accreditation and why, what practically speaking is the benefit of someone attending a business school that has this particular accreditation?
Well, when I was a student, I was told to not go into any program that was not AACSB accredited. So it is kind of like the gold standard for colleges of business to be accredited. So that means you're getting the body of knowledge, you are getting they have different restrictions and guidelines that we have to follow to make sure that you are getting an education that is going to benefit you, an education that is well established and well rounded. And we make sure that we have the rigors in place. And yeah, it's pretty much the gold standard. And if you whether you go into our program or not, I highly recommend that you choose a program that is AACSB accredited.
You mentioned SHRM and certifications, and I'm seeing a few questions come in about that. We'll get to those shortly. But can you talk more about the certifications that are available in the human resources industry, and at what point would someone pursue those?
Well, you have to study for the exam, obviously. Our courses are going to prepare you for the content in those certifications. It is aligned with SHRM. So by the time you finish the program, the students should be prepared to sit for the exam. There is a requirement for work experience as well. So if you don't have work experience, then it's recommended that you get that while you're in the program or before the program, so that way you will be ready to sit for the exam.
Very good. So we've got a viewer asking, what if they are already SHRM CP certified and have already completed an HR management certification program?
Well, we will look at that, and you can still get in the program. The program is still going to benefit you because, regardless of your certification, having a master's degree is going to make you more competitive in the field. So, if your question is as far as courses, you can reach out to me. There might, I know for sure that we would not have to recommend any of those. Courses, for background like the Ivy or anything like that. So you will be well prepared for that, but it will still benefit you as well.
And it looks like she's wondering, could course equivalency be given for those courses possibly?
Yeah, possibly. So yeah, reach out to me, and that's kind of decided on an individual basis. So I'd have to check your transcript and work experience, that kind of thing.
Yes. And I'm not sure if I understand this question. I'm going to read it as it's written. The person's wanting to know, can they take ACE classes to get accredited for some classes?
I'd have to look into that. So again, that would be an individual based type question. So let me see what you're talking about. Give me more details, transcript, course description, things like that, and then we'll go from there. But anything I can do to help you out, of course, I'm going to try to help you and do what I can to benefit you and
Mhm.
help you be more successful in the program.
Wonderful. I heard you say that this is a 30 credit hour program. And what is the modality of delivery?
Yes, it's a fully online program. Once you get to those electives, some of the College of Business courses could be face to face or hybrid, but all of the HR core courses are online.
So, can you talk a little bit about how the program is actually executed online? I know for so many of our prospective students, the last time they were in school was far before the internet, and so it's hard to sometimes conceptualize what does it mean to be a fully online graduate student, uh, especially in terms of faculty accessibility, interacting with your classmates, the rigor of the coursework. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so our courses being set up online, you still have quite a bit of interaction with your faculty members and with your colleagues in the course, with the other students. A lot of the professors do teams, so you are set up in smaller groups and you are working together with your team, which a lot of students, as far as feedback they've given me, they really like working in teams because they get to know each other more and working in the smaller groups. So and there's videos online, so it's not all, it's not a bunch of reading. It's a lot of interaction with the faculty member. We are here for you. We are really good at returning emails really quickly. We set up Zoom interactions. So whether it's something that we're teaching or whether it's something that we're just getting information out to you, it could be live options for you to attend. It could be just a recording that you can review later, since we know that most of y'all are working while you're in the program. So it's flexible, which is great. So that way you can do it pretty much at your own pace within that 8 weeks or 16 weeks that the course is taught. Um, but it does give you interaction with the faculty members, and our faculty members are really great at being there for you, answering your questions, helping you with anything you need. I talked to one student about a week or two ago, and she was worried about that. She was worried because it was an online course. She wasn't sure like how she would get help if she needed tutoring. I'm like, well, you don't really need tutoring. You have the faculty member. So it's okay if you need tutoring in some of the courses, but that's what the faculty member is here for. So if there's anything you don't understand, then you reach out to us, and that's what we're there for, to help make sure that you do understand the content.
Very good. So let's talk a little bit about your current students. What are their backgrounds? Are most of them coming from business or HR? Are they mostly working professionals? Are they people straight out of undergrad? Is it a mix?
It,
Tell.
it is completely a mix. We have students that come straight out of undergrad. Some of them don't have work experience. Some don't have a degree in business or management. Um, some of them do, like someone that had a question here, they have their certification already. So we've got people that are already working in HR. We've got people that are working, but they want to switch to HR. We've got, more traditional students, and we've got non-traditional students, people that have been out of college or out of the university environment for years and are coming back and just want to get another degree at this point. So there's room for everyone. Everyone is welcome. We try to meet you where you are and help you be successful from that point.
Thank you so much. One thing I've been asking all of the graduate programs about this week is artificial intelligence. Has the human resources industry been impacted by AI, and is that being incorporated into your coursework for this degree program?
Yeah, I think it's impacting everything. I think it's AI is, it's amazing what we're able to do with AI. I think some of us are still trying to figure out how to implement it in the classroom with assignments. I know several of the faculty members have implemented it, and they're telling you when to use AI and how to search for these different things as part of their assignments. And a few of us might be still a little bit strict because we're still learning how we want to implement it in our course.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful. Well, are there any success stories you care to share? Maybe how you've seen students or graduates of this program leverage it to elevate themselves and their careers.
Yes, I see many students who have graduated and who are successful, and I like to use some of those students for presentations in class, especially when I'm teaching face to face. But yeah, I mean, part of getting an education, it's something that you're going to get. A degree is something you're going to get. No one can ever take that away from you, and it's always going to help you be more successful. It's going to give you something more to leverage. Like, just to share like a personal story with me, I mean, that's why I came back to get my master's degree and PhD, was because um, I was going up against people who had been in management for about 13 years, and I, was only in manager a couple of years, and I wanted to excel and get promoted, but there were so many people that had so much experience that I was going up against. So if you experience is one thing, education is another thing, but when you have both of those things together, then you can really leverage yourself and be more successful and compete against all those people out there.
Very good. One last question. Am I correct in my understanding that there is a human resources concentration within our separate master's in management degree? And if that's the case, how might someone think about whether they want to do the management degree with an HR concentration versus the full separate program in human resources management?
That is no longer available. So
Okay,
it's one or the other. So decide, are you in general management, or are you more on the people side, the HR side?
very
And then
good.
that'll help guide you. And then you can talk to me and David Cavazos, Dr. Cavazos. He's the program coordinator for the MBA program. So and Jake Heller, Dr. Jake Heller, is for the management program. So if you're not sure where you fit in, then reach out to one of us, to any of us, all of us, and we can help help you figure out where you fit in based on what your goals are, what your
Okay.
experience is, that kind of thing.
Thank you so much. Well, I am not, oh, I see a question here. Someone's asking about sample degree plans. And are the courses for the full semester or broken down in sessions? So, do you care to speak to that,
Yeah,
Dr.?
if you want to put it back on that slide, Winnie, where the
Sure.
courses are listed.
Sure. Oh, sorry. Here we go.
So basically, our program is very flexible. If you wanted to finish our program in a year, technically you could. You could take you could take more classes just because the classes are offered every semester. So you can start at any point. You could start in the fall, you could spring, summer, and you take the courses in any order you like. The only thing that I mentioned there is that strategic human resource capstone that needs to be taken last. But otherwise, you can take the courses in any order, finish at your own rate. I'm not sure if I answered the question.
I think you did. I will
Okay.
also mention that if people search for the College of Business website, they will see a whole section of information devoted to the graduate business programs, and you should be able to find advising guides with the course rotation and that type of thing. And then, as Dr. Kruger had mentioned, courses may be a full 16 weeks, 8 weeks. And then I believe in the summer we offer 10 and 8 and 5 week courses.
Yeah,
If
and I believe most of our courses are 8 weeks right now.
okay. So makes it very, very
Yeah.
convenient.
Mhm.
Um, you mentioned the capstone. Do you care to talk as we wrap up? Do you care to talk more about what that entails?
Yeah, I did want to mention too, although you can take these courses in any order, one of the things that I would do if I was a student is I would probably take the human resource management, that second course, 5302. That is an overview course, and it covers everything that you will be um, learning about throughout the program. So that is an overview. One of the chapters is strategic human resource management. So when you get to the capstone, again, it's all of the subjects that you've covered in the program. So it's going to be kind of a review from the first course, but it's going to be more in depth. And it's going to have that one chapter, that strategic outlook. So it's going to expand on strategy for HR. So being more proactive in the field of HR.
I
And what that is, I really like the way that's set up because that is going to, you have small books for each of the topics. And those books are study guides that help you for the certifications. So that will help you study. It will, you're, instead of investing in a textbook and then it's having to invest in study guides, you already have the study guides and you're already preparing for whatever certifications you want to get at that point.
Very good. So the certifications are outside exams. Are there any comprehensive exams related to this graduate program?
No, no, unless you are doing the thesis, then you do have an oral exam.
And someone asked a question about that. If you could explain the difference between a thesis track and non-thesis. I know many people are not familiar with the master's thesis as a concept. If you can explain more about that.
Yeah, so your choice is either two electives from College of Business or the thesis track. So obviously the electives are whatever courses you are interested in the College of Business that are available for you to take and that you're interested in. With the thesis track, you will work with a faculty advisor. You find someone that aligns with your research interests. So like, let's say that you are really into employee and labor relations, then that would probably be Dr. Martinson. He specializes in employee and labor relations and compensation. So then you would meet with him. Y'all would talk about ideas for research. you would see if he's available to take on a student at that point, and if he agrees to work with you, then you will continue to develop a research project, um, and you come up with a subject that you're both interested in. Basically, you write a paper, you do your research, then you present a proposal saying what kind of research you're going to be doing. Once your proposal gets accepted, then you do the research, you complete the research, and then you present your findings to uh, people that are invited to your presentation. So that would be faculty members, your advisor, of course, students, and you have an oral exam. So basically, they're asking you about your thesis, how you came up with this, what this means, different kinds of questions about your research, and yeah, I think
Thank you
that
so
about
much.
sums it up.
So that is a great option for people who know that they are specifically interested or passionate about some certain aspect of the field, or if you have aspirations of maybe pursuing a doctoral level degree, it's great experience and preparation on the road to those higher level degree programs. So,
Right.
yeah. Wonderful. Well, one last check for any audience questions. And not seeing any more, I think we can end our webinar for today. I do want to remind our live audience members that you can review a recording of this webinar on demand on the College of Graduate Studies YouTube channel. So if you care to rewatch any of this, maybe you missed some of the information or wanted to hear it again, we certainly invite you to do so. And if you know of others who could benefit from a master's degree in human resources management, we would love for you to share the recording with them as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Kruger, for your time and expertise. This has been great. A great conclusion to our week of webinars for the College of Business. And again, I think with that, we can end our webinar. So hope
Thank
you'll have
you.
a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.